Bread, the first food ever invented. It was made by people so long ago in such bad forms. They were so bad back then, way back in the day when the plague was happening and rats were everywhere. But in the modern day, we have sour bread. Sour bread? We have sourdough, the greatest form of bread and the only bread that I keep in my house, which is true. And today I have Susie here to help me make sourdough for the very first time. I'm terrified
Of.
sourdough.
As you should, because it is a live thing that you're working with. You start with a starter.
That's the thing.
This is a live thing, yeah.
Will you shoot it right down the barrel of that lens?
And it smells sour.
Can I smell it? Oh, yeah, it does. You started making bread.
I started making bread during COVID like everybody else, and then I stopped, and then I began again about 1.5 years ago when my son said he wanted to go to private school. So I was trying to drum up some money. So I got some flour, got some water, got a starter off the internet, and I started making bread.
Do you need other sourdough to make sourdough?
Other sourdough. Don't understand the question, but here we go.
Like a you said that you got a sourdough starter. Does that mean that you got sourdough that was already happening?
Yes, so you can buy it online and they dehydrate it. And so this sourdough starter supposedly came from France 200 years ago. I don't know. I bought it because I bought the story, and she's been working very well for me. So
What's her name?
her name is Moneymaker because she
Moneymaker.
makes the money.
Wait, so how do you make sourdough starter?
If you want to make it from scratch, what you can do is look online. Also, you put flour and water and you put it together, and then you let it sit overnight, and then you start seeing some activity, some bubbles. That means it's activating and yeast is starting to grow. And then about a week later, after some feedings of flour and water, you can make your own sourdough starter.
This doesn't come from a place of judgment. Why didn't you just do that instead of buying it from France?
Because it's fail-safe that I bought it. All I had to do, and also I'm all about like instant gratification. I'm gonna get the fucking dry stuff.
Yeah.
Put it in some water, and poof! I'm not gonna have to wait a whole week. It's just gonna appear for me.
It's
and
just
start
gonna
going.
appear. So you have been making sourdough since COVID, and then you started your business,
Yes.
which is now all over LA.
So now I am about 1.5 years in, and I pop up local to me. Furthest east, we go is Rose Bowl Aquatic Center, and then we go to Toluca Lake every day at Trader Joe's outside. And then we are outside the farmers markets because they won't let me inside. So sad.
Why don't they let you inside?
Because they have too many bakers. So what I do is I pop up down the street away from the farmer's market.
And you draw that crowd. You draw them away.
I do.
Because sourdough takes a long time. You've brought several sort of stages
Yes.
of sourdough. Where do we start?
Okay, so we start off with a scale. We need a scale. And we need the bowl.
Bowl.
And we're gonna, yes, that's a stoneware bowl. I heard you're not supposed to use aluminum. I don't know why.
I'm gonna wipe this out. This looks a little dirty. But they're brand new, so don't judge me about...
You think that you wash his dishes?
I do. This is brand new. Was it your bowl, Austin? Maybe this is your dirty bowl. Nod yes. It was your dirty bowl, wasn't it? Goodbye.
So we are going to start with 750 grams of water. Feel free to dump that in there.
750 grams of water.
Yes.
Oh, I can go way faster than that. Come on.
Oh, right on the nose. Oh.
Oh, it's 751. It's fine.
It's fine.
That'll be fine.
It's
right?
fine.
That'll be
Yeah,
fine.
it's fine. We don't have to be that.
750 grams.
And then we're gonna add a kilo or 1,000 grams of flour.
So this is the starter that we're making.
No, we're making the bread. The starter's right here, my friend.
Wait, so legitimately, how does that work? Wait, so the starter you put in the...
This is, instead of putting yeast in there, we're putting the starter in, which contains wild yeast.
So you bought it from France, and it's 200 years old.
I don't don't know. That's what they said and I bought it.
How did they keep that for 200 years?
You just feed it and refeed it. Someone's in charge of that starter.
It's unlimited?
It's unlimited, and you can do so many things with this lovely starter. Like I do. Like I make brownies, I make blondies, I make cookies. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful ingredient.
And it's alive.
And it's alive.
So you're
eating live things in there.
you feed it.
Flour and water every day. So what you do is like with this, like tomorrow, right? I'll take it every day.
What if you like go on vacation?
Then you have someone to do it for you.
It's like a child.
It is a
that
child.
never dies. This is a curse that you put upon yourself. What if you can't get a sitter?
Then what you can do is leave it in your fridge. A lot of people don't like to do that. It'll keep in there for a while, but it's not forever. You do have to.
That's
You do
scary.
have to have a dedicated person to like take care of your starter.
And that gets expensive, you know. Babysitters aren't cheap.
Exactly. Now what we're gonna do is stir it.
Stir it. Great. Wonderful. I've never made bread before. Baking kind of scares me for some reason. Baking seems not easier than cooking. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's like, it feels more scientific.
It's precise.
And it's very precise, but also like reliable. Maybe? I don't know. Is it easy to fuck up?
Yes.
Wait, so we're making bread.
We're trying to make bread.
Do you think that a sourdough starter is a good gift for a person?
Yes.
Or is it a burden?
Yes. I mean, it's a great gift. You're giving life.
Do you make starters? Like, do you sell starters?
I do sell starters.
And where can people get those starters?
SourSusie.com. Or at one of my pop-ups. So look at what's going on here. Like,
It doesn't
Yeah.
look great.
what I would think or suggest you do, let's take it off of here. So we can go in there with our hands. I don't know if you're gonna wanna do that.
Oh, I'll do it. What is the biggest mistake amateur bakers make when making bread?
The biggest mistake.
Is it a lack of respect?
I'd say the biggest mistake would be using a starter that is not quite ripe enough yet.
How do you tell?
When you have a starter and it's kind of not very active, just smush it, just get in there. And you feed it, you're supposed to give it some time to like actually eat the carbs from the flour, the new flour that comes in, and then it expands and it grows. And then when it gets to like double its volume, then it's ready to go. And some people don't wait that long.
Wait, so if I just left this, sorry, I know you've said this, but I'm not a good listener. What is a starter made of?
Flour and water,
That's it?
that's it.
And then you just let it
Ferment, yes.
You just let it get, it just does that?
It just does it. There's live organisms in there.
Do you think that some kind of zombie apocalypse or something could happen from a sourdough starter? The spores and
The spore. Oh, the
like
spores.
The Last of Us?
Oh my gosh, so that's where your head goes. I don't know. My head doesn't go there.
Does sourdough give off spores? Is yeast a fungus? Dude, I don't fucking know. I mean, I barely graduated high school. I feel like I'm doing this wrong.
Well, you are doing it absolutely correctly because it's like it's supposed to look like a big mess, which it is. I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna feel it because it's a very when you're working with dough, it's a very tactile thing. You have to know what it feels like. See, look at you. That's exactly what it should look like. You're very, very good.
I feel like you're lying to me.
It looks like a raggedy mess, and if it does, you're in the right path. So right now it looks like this, like a big raggedy mess of blob of stuff, and you don't think it's going to turn into anything, but it will. And what we do at this point is we're going to do our first fold, which is kind of, it's not kneading, it's gently stretching the dough and building strength is what we want to do. So what I'm going to do,
Strong dough.
here, let me help you. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do it four times. We're gonna start from up here, pull up, go over,
Okay.
twist it, go up and go over, and then we're gonna wait 20 minutes and we start the process again. The whole purpose, like I said, of doing that is we're building strength in the dough so that when we go ahead and shape it, it'll be nice and strong and stretchy and it'll expand beautifully.
So I go up and I go up.
Yeah. Just grab it. Yeah, there you go.
And I pull. Oh God.
Yeah, you're not.
No. I'll get it. You're up and we fold. Does your son make bread with you?
No,
Why not?
because I don't want him to.
Oh. Why?
Because then I'm dealing with this.
Aren't you having a good time?
He would definitely have issue with all the stickiness. And like right now, I have really no idea what you're doing.
Either. Sorry, can you show me again?
Okay, so we do one stretch. We're only supposed to do it once.
Oh.
So we're supposed to wait now. We're supposed to wait 20 minutes, and then we do it again. We're gonna let it
okay.
rest.
Should I do this?
We should
wash
do not wash your hands in the sink. This will it's not good for your drain at all. So what you want to do is get a paper towel or something and take as much as we can off, and then rinse our hands under the water.
Would it grow in the drain?
It'll solidify, and it'll be a very expensive plumbing job for you. Is what it'll be.
That would be kind of cool. I have a question about bread.
Yeah.
Why this one? You could have made any kind of bread in the whole world.
Because everyone right now is into sourdough. So I'm just on the coattails of sourdough mayhem. People are intrigued by it, and it's supposed to be healthier for you because it is fermented. And so it's supposed to be a better product for yourself.
This is a nightmare. Do you think that you'll ever expand to other breads?
So I would definitely consider that. Right now, I don't have the space to do that, but as soon as I do, I'm absolutely going to consider doing other things. Probably do some pizza doughs and also other types of sourdough breads. But right now, it's just this original, and I do another 6 types of varieties as well.
6 types of varieties?
6. So
What's the craziest flavor?
my craziest flavor would probably be the oatmeal with dried figs, pecans, cinnamon, and honey. That's been a very good popular one. And then I have fun ones like organic blueberry lemon zest that people love to have in the morning. Their kids love that for French toast.
You ever do spicy ones? You ever do like a habanero?
So I do a jalapeno
Uh-huh.
and a jack cheddar.
Ooh.
After 3 or 4 more turns, we would let this sit. And then this right here will become this.
This.
So this was made this morning. So this morning, what we do is let it bulk ferment. Which means it's going to just kind of get gases in it, it's gonna grow, and it's going to get nice and fluffy when we bake it. But what you need it to do is you need it to actually get to a point where it's like it doubles its size, which is done right here. Because the weather is kind of cool, it took, I wanna say about 10 hours to do.
Wait, so the weather will even affect the quality?
It'll affect how fast or how slow the fermentation will go. The warmer the weather, the quicker it's going to rise. We forgot to put this in here too.
The starter.
The starter.
The terrifying starter.
This is 200 grams, and I have a very diff starter, meaning that it's not, I use more ratio of flour to water.
And why is that?
I prefer a thicker, stiffer starter because I feel like once it's ready to be used, the time that it's at its peak, it'll last longer. So instead of just being like an hour, it'll be good at that peak time for about like 3 hours.
Okay.
Right? So I have good flexibility in time when I can start making my bread or mixing my dough.
It's just that it's a lot. Like, I'm afraid that it's gonna learn, you know? It's gonna learn my schedule. It's gonna know when I leave the house, and it's gonna start taking risks. And when you start to take risks, that's when things get bad. That's when things get really, really bad. And it's gonna get in my brain somehow. It's gonna take over my body, and now my life will be over.
And you'll have no one to take care of your starter.
And I'll have no one to take care of. But what if, oh my God, what if this is crazy? Have you ever thought that maybe Big Starter has just been like, now you gotta feed the sourdough starter every day. So then everyone's making all these sourdough starters until the sourdough can take over. You know how they're like, if ants were smart enough, they could take over the planet? Maybe that's happening with the sourdough craze.
Like the blob.
Exactly.
Okay, so we did the starter, and then we're gonna add the salt too.
To this?
22 grams, yes, of salt. I'm just gonna put that in there.
And this already has starter in it, this already has
yes.
salt.
This is just to demonstrate what you have to do to mix it.
And we used Himalayan pink salt,
Yes.
which you were telling us earlier off camera. Why Himalayan pink salt specifically?
It's a softer salt. It's
Okay.
the only way I can explain it. If you use table salt, I feel it's just too strong of a flavor, saltiness. But because, like I said, the pink salt is very, very soft. And it's not so much in your face. It complements the bread very well. So what we're gonna do now, so after like pretend we've done all the folds, the 3 folds every 20 minutes, and then we let it bulk ferment, and this has been bulk fermenting for about 12 hours. And it's gonna look lovely like this, which is beautiful. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna dump her out.
How many loaves do you make a day?
So on a typical day, I probably make about 100 loaves a day.
So many loaves.
Lots of people like the bread. And then on the weekend, like Saturday, Sunday, I probably fire up about 500 loaves of bread.
Wow, that's crazy.
Tell me about it.
500 loaves of bread? How many ovens do you need?
I have 2 ovens.
You need 500 loaves and 2 ovens?
2 bread ovens, and they each can fire out like 18 loaves of bread each. So like I have like an overnight baker that comes by. It's baking all day, 24 hours a day on the weekend.
They bake for 24 hours.
So I
a
have
day?
shifts. I don't make one baker do it. I have shifts.
You have one baker?
I have many bakers. So now we see the beautiful bulk fermented dough, and it's ready to get what we call a pre-shape. And so what we're gonna do is, this is the tricky part. I'll do one and then you can do one.
Okay,
And see
perfect.
how talented you are with this. But
I
like
will
what
be
we
very-
do is we're gonna use the tension on this table, and we're gonna try to like tuck it and sweep it under like this,
Okay.
and kind of form like a little ball. Go ahead and give it a try.
Why are you laughing?
This is funny.
Why is it funny?
It's fun. You're doing a beautiful job.
Wouldn't you say? Am I bad?
You're not great.
What am I doing wrong?
I think you're going and going, and you should stop. And then she's gonna relax, and it's gonna take about 40 minutes of her to relax. For time's sake, I'll just show you like how you would shape her into what we call a banneton. And we put her in this little thing and then put her in the refrigerator for the final proofing, which is the cold proof. And we can let her sit in there for about 12 hours at least to get a good sour taste. Up to 24, some people do 36. That's risky though, because if you go too far into the fermentation process, it might get too dense.
Is it literally just like the longer it sits, the more sour it gets?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And also, the longer it sits, the more likely the gas is going to kind of go away, and you'll end up with a very dense bread. We don't want that. We like fluffy bread. Pretending that it's done its thing and it's kind of relaxed, we do at this point is, where did I put that thing? We would have a bench scraper, but I don't see one.
I have this.
Oh, I'm so impressed. Okay, so we scoop her up pretty side down because we want her to look pretty. So we're gonna flip her over.
Okay.
And then what we're gonna do is do a final shaping. So there's many ways to do this. We're gonna do the simple way
Okay.
because I feel like that would be best for you. But if we do it this way, like, everyone can do it. And, like, there's no like replay over and over. They just what we do is what's called a clamp.
What's the hardest way?
There's the hardest way would be like a package where you like kind of take like the top and you fold it over and you fold it into yourself and then you do a roll. That's kind of fancy
Oh, do you ever do like crazy knots and stuff?
for pretzels.
Pretzels.
We do pretzels. And they're
Sourdough
delicious.
pretzels?
They're delicious.
Okay, wait,
They're
so what do we do?
delicious. We're gonna do the clamp. So the
clamp.
clamp is pretty much we're just gonna take her, fold her up, and then we're gonna take the other side, fold her up, and we're just gonna drop her in.
Drop her in.
And then seal her. Some people do a stitch, which they do a crossover, like that, so that it holds its shape, like so. And then so she's ready to go in the fridge for 12 to 24 hours. And when she comes out, she's gonna look like this, a little dry on top, which is fine.
May I?
Yes, you may. Poke away.
Whoa. This goes to this. Wait, can I dump her out and try it?
Go for it. It is your dough. Do as you wish.
Okay.
Or dough.
So go like this. Clamp. And we go like this.
Poor thing.
This is wrong.
Push her together, like clamp up like a clam. There you go. You're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it. Yes, and then do it again. Yeah, you're doing it. And then just drop her in there.
Oh, and then I go.
You can.
Is this what you said to do?
Close her up, like push her up like that. And then she's good.
It's kind of like an implant or something. When I was 15, my mom's friend was a plastic surgeon, and I went into her office and she said, Ethan, open up the top drawer of my desk. And I did, and it was a drawer full of implants. And I played with them all day long. It was great. Anyway, this is going in the fridge, 12 to 24 hours.
Yes. And some people cover it, I don't. I don't feel like it's necessary. If it's dry on top, it's fine. So we're gonna take her and we're gonna put her in a loaf pan. Some people do different shapes. For me, the most practical is doing a loaf pan because then you can make sandwiches, and a boule, which is a round thing. It's just kind of awkward to make sandwiches with that. So I do this, I do it in a loaf pan. All we're gonna do is flip her over into this pan. I'm gonna let you do that. See the skill. Yeah.
Just one quick
That's what we're doing. Do it right, please.
Fuck this up, Nestor.
Don't mess
You
it up.
can do this. Okay. 3, 2. You know what's funny is the Olympics are happening right now. This is kind of similar. Anyway. Oh, God. Oh. No. It's okay. Shh.
She's gonna be good. She's gonna be good.
Should I move this?
You can. You kind of tuck her in. Tuck her in, yeah.
Good night. Look at that! It's bread! Almost, not quite.
So the next step is I have a lame. It's very sharp.
What is that called?
It's a lame. It's just a tool to score our bread. So
it's literally just a razor blade.
Yes. And the reason why we do that is if we didn't do it, the bread in the oven would just kind of rise and just kind of look awkward, and it'll burst in different places. But what we do with the lame is we make one score on the bread, and then we're controlling how it's gonna open up, and visually it'll just look better. If you do want to make this like a sandwich bread, you don't want to do a score that's going to provide a very pronounced, what they call ear, is when one side of the bread kind of lifts up, because then you're slicing into it, and then that one piece that comes up kind of messes with the whole sandwich jam.
So what would make it have a large ear?
So if I did a score where it's kind of like this, and then within the score, I kind of went under again to make a lip, like that. What it's going to do is going to make a very pronounced ear, because now I'm kind of going in there filleting it to kind of open up that way.
So now this bread's gonna be fucked. But you can literally do anything?
You can do as many little scores as you like. Have fun.
And nothing happens?
It'll expand. I mean,
But nothing bad?
nothing bad's gonna happen.
Okay. What do you usually do?
Just one simple score.
Oh, just one? Do you ever do crazy designs like floral patterns? Or
So sometimes my bakers want to do that, and I tell them no.
Oh. Why?
Because we just want a consistent product that's beautiful when we give our customers. And for the same reason, we want to offer a bread that's practical, so that when they do slice into it, they can make some easy sandwiches or whatever. If they want to, they can make their own loaves of bread. They're allowed to do that and use whatever fillings we have, and they can score away as they like.
So now we have a beautifully scored thing. Is it oven time?
It is oven time, so we should pop it in the oven. We would like to also add steam to build a beautiful crust. Do you have an ice cube you can throw in there?
An ice cube?
Just throw in the oven.
Do you want a normal size ice cube or a really big ice cube?
Let's do a normal size.
Okay. We have preheated the oven to 500 degrees. This just goes in the oven, not on the...
Right, so when we put the bread in, we're gonna throw the ice cube on the bottom part of the oven.
Cool.
And the steam will come up, and it'll be beautiful.
And I'm just putting this in the middle rack.
Yep.
Putting that there. Putting you down there.
There you go.
Night, night. Night, night, bread. See you later. Wow. Bread's in the oven. What about that?
So she needs more folds. Do you want me to do it, or do you want to get your hands dirty again?
I want to do it.
Okay, go for it.
I do it all in the bowl.
You
right?
do it on the bowl. So what we're gonna do, it's called a coil fold. So what you do with the coil fold is you go in, I'll do one, and then you do the rest. You go in and you bring her up like this. And then what we're gonna do is kind of like flip her over. And then you're gonna go this way and do what I just did.
Whoa, okay.
Down in there, and I bring her up, and I go wee.
And then you put her down. We're just kind of giving her a gentle stretch to gain some strength.
This shit's fucking crazy.
But I mean, you can already see that the dough has gotten some kind of shape. It's not all raggedy looking anymore. She's trying to form a dough now. She's trying to form a very cohesive thing.
How long is that in there for?
So she should be in there for about 15, 17 minutes.
I didn't set a timer.
We can.
It'll be fine. It'll be. No. I'll do it based off of the energy in the room when it starts to speak to me, like the Green Goblin mask. It'll tell me to bring it out, right?
Yes. You could also check like what time you filmed it.
No. Surely I'll feel it in my bones for sure. Oh, it's already getting bigger.
Did it?
Whoa.
Did it burst open yet?
Wow.
If you wanted to feed the starter, because we're like even.
Beast.
So we only have this much left, but that's all we need. We're going to add, how about, I don't know, 4 tablespoons of flour.
4 tablespoons of flour.
Yeah.
Just kind of eyeball it.
I kind of eyeball it.
This is like a tablespoon, right?
Let's do heaping.
Heaping tablespoon.
There you go, heaping.
4 of those bad boys.
Yes, do it.
So when you're feeding the sourdough starter, do you just kind of give it whatever,
Yeah.
and it figures it out?
It just needs flour to survive. So we just need to give it some flour.
It's like getting a new kidney or something, you know? They just put it in and your body just knows. And this just knows you're sentient. How much water?
So I do that by sight too. So let's go ahead and pour her some water.
Okay.
Go. So she looks kind of, yeah, that's fine.
I don't know why I didn't use this to stir.
Because you're not supposed to use silver, aluminum, but it's okay. We're fine. She's,
Wait, why is that again?
I don't know, they say that metal should not touch, I don't think it's gonna do anything.
It's gonna turn into like C4 or something. This is how C4 is made. I've made an explosive.
We're gonna kind of loose, because it needs to like have a little air, because the gas, it'll kind of rise up. But this guy will go up to here when it's ready. It'll double in size.
How many, do you make starters every?
We have buckets. We have buckets of starter. We have buckets of starter.
You've set up your own demise. It's gonna kill you. You have buckets of starter?
Buckets.
I'm not even joking. That's scary to me. It's scary because it doesn't it like moves.
It does. It moves, it grows, and there's bubbles.
It thinks. It speaks.
You want to do another coil?
Yes.
This would be the last one.
Yeah.
There you go. That's successful.
Should I let it kind of like stretch
Yeah,
out?
let it stretch out. Let her do a little dance.
Come on. Oh my gosh.
And then we just kind of tuck her under. At this point, we would go into bulk fermentation, which is meaning we would leave her in the bowl, and we would cover her loosely with a.
Not with foil, or else it'll turn into C4.
She probably will be ready to do her shaping tomorrow morning.
Paper towel or?
That would be fine. Or a rag.
Oh yes! I have so many rags. Guys, a little pro tip for you. Just get like a big thing of rags on the internet. You know, like a pack of like 15 or 20 of these, and then you can use a little less paper towel. And then, you know, because you and I, as individuals, are the reason for global warming. It's because you don't recycle enough. It has nothing to do with bigger corporations shipping things all over the place. And
Absolutely.
airplanes and stuff. It's on an individual, personal level. You're the reason why turtles are dying. So just keep that in mind. All right.
Oh, so sad. I just got very sad.
Did you see the monkey? Did you see him? Did you see Punch?
No.
Did you see Punch? There's a monkey. There's a monkey at the zoo. Oh my God, it's really small. And it gets bullied by the other monkeys. And it keeps a stuffed animal monkey. It has a stuffed animal monkey that he like carries around. And when he gets bullied, he runs to the monkey. It's so sad. Anyway, If you don't buy rags and use less paper towels,
Yeah.
he's gonna keep getting bullied. Anyway, this will sit out and it's not gonna crawl out or anything. in the
No,
night.
she'll be safe.
Are all loaves women? Or do sometimes you find them and you're like, this is a boy. He's being a little finicky. This is a boy.
When he's like not rising, it's a he.
Mm-hmm.
When it's
As
a
it
flaccid
should be.
loaf, it's a he.
What are you doing? Oh my God, it's hitting the top rope.
Is it?
Yeah. It's kind of cool though. Wow, this is so exciting. This is so exciting for a guy like me.
Well, we're turning something very scary into something very beautiful for you.
Fear. Look at that. Not ready yet though. How dark should it get?
That's all preference. Some people like a really dark crust. I like mine to be in the middle, golden, crusty.
Do you want to look at it?
Yeah, let's look at it. Oh, I mean, yeah, she's getting kind of, ideally we should have put something on top.
Like a rag? That might catch on fire. This will sit, and then tomorrow morning, I take it and I shape it, and then I put it in the fridge
Yes,
for 12 hours.
yes.
For 12 hours.
Wow.
For 12 hours.
Yes.
And I take it out.
Yes.
And I can put it on anything I want.
Yes.
And I can take a box cutter.
Yes.
And just,
Yes.
do that. And then I put it in the oven for 12 to 17 minutes, depending.
12, 17 minutes, we want to go check it.
Oh.
This, right, I mean, ideally we would have it covered and we would take the cover off at 12 and 17 minutes and then let it keep going for another like 15 minutes. It should be about 40, 45 minutes
In the oven.
in the oven.
500 degrees?
You know what, why don't we go ahead and lower that?
To,
We'll do
like,
400.
Who invented sourdough?
I don't know. Like who I don't know. Who did that? And why and how did it happen? Like someone just threw in flour and water and like we're gonna let it sit in there and then make stuff out of that.
I think similar to like venom, something came from outer space, hit the ground, somewhere in France maybe 200 years ago, a little thing crawled out. You know how it went? It came to America, corrupted Topher Grace. That's probably what happened. There it goes. Oh! It's definitely hitting the top.
Do you have a thermometer, like a food thermometer? Ideally, the temperature inside the loaf should hit 200 degrees.
200 degrees. Hopefully, I don't fuck it up. Oh no. Oh no, it's stuck. Oh God. Shh. Shh. You're fine. 200 degrees.
There you go.
Like 130.
Oh yeah, it's not ready. Just push her back in.
Oh yeah, you can even see.
Yeah, it's still doughy.
Still raw. Still raw on the inside. It looks good though. But now I'm afraid because we didn't cover it. So is it gonna get
So we
burnt?
could right now put some foil on top.
foil?
It's past the dough stage, so foil is not gonna hurt it. I know, we're doing everything so backwards.
All right.
She looks lovely.
Yeah. I think this is nice. There we go. Back in the oven.
What are you gonna have on your slice of bread?
I wonder, do I have anything?
Do you have butter?
I made butter the other day. I was
Oh.
supposed to be doing something. I had a deadline and I said, I really should make some butter right now. And I had heavy whipping cream and I have a stand mixer and so I just let that thing go. And I made butter. And then the thing that was due was late. But I made a big log of butter.
Is it salted butter?
No.
That's fine.
And I don't know why I didn't. I was a coward.
You can put salt in it after.
I was a coward. And I did get big flaky salt the other day.
Look at
Do you ever do that?
With the bench scraper, like you have all the makings of a great equipped kitchen.
And I have 2 ovens.
And you have 2 beautiful ovens.
2 ovens. Oh my God. What if I started making bread, but I ship it to you in a loose box, right? Something different, something no one's done yet, You have to think outside of the box sometimes. Maybe, okay. I've got it. Everyone's been talking about how you can't make sourdough with aluminum foil. Maybe it's because everyone who's making bread, and no offense, but maybe it's because everyone in the bread industry is too cowardly to take that risk. But maybe if I do it.
It could be your niche.
It could be.
It could be his niche.
Truly could be.
Aluminum bread.
Yeah. Microplastics are already in everything, right? Everything. Why not have a little bit of metal in there? You can kind of be like Wolverine, if you want to look at it that way. You're not going to live forever anyway. We're all going to die someday. Might as well make it sooner. I don't know. It's fine, as long as the bread's good. You know, you've made me a little less apprehensive about this whole sourdough thing.
I'm so pleased.
Do you have any, I don't want you to spoil anything, but do you have any crazy bread coming out?
Crazy bread. So every now and then we do like for Valentine's Day, we did like my favorite ice cream as a bread, a cherry chip. So it's the cherries, yeah, and like chocolate chips and cinnamon and nutmeg. So that was really good.
Has there been a really surprising mix for sourdough that you're like, I don't think this is gonna be good, but you tried it and then you're like, oh, this is actually a really good flavor combo?
I'm not bold enough to do that. I take the easy way out. Do I think makes sense. Some people have told me to put some like Korean punch in there, you know, flavors, but I have not dared to do that yet.
I have gochujang.
Oh, see, everyone goes to gochujang. So that's the thing that they want to put in my bread.
Maybe I'll try it. Maybe tomorrow
Yes.
I'll try. So wait, when you're adding flavor into a loaf, how do you do that and at what stage?
Great question. At this point where you do your pre-shape, the first pre-shape, and then you let it sit there and you let it relax. And when it gets to the point when it's really relaxed that you can pull it out without it kind of trying to go back in like a pizza dough, and you can really stretch it out. And so that's called lamination. So you take your dough, you stretch it out as big as you can, like a big rectangle, and then you just kind of add whatever you want in there, and then you fold it over, and then you shape it, and then you put it in the fridge. So you could definitely do with the gochujang, put it in that, I don't know what you would put in there with that.
I don't either. I'm gonna see what we're looking like. If it's ruined.
Oh my gosh, she's beautiful.
It looks gorgeous. What does it need to get to?
195.
195. Okay, we're still at 142.
Oh, yeah, you have some time.
What do you do if it's not rising? Are you just like, well, okay, this one's fucked.
Yeah, it's fucked, so it's called dead bread, and we put it in the black bag, like a black body bag.
You just dump it in a river.
Yeah, exactly.
Where will you be next? I mean, you kind of go to the same places all the time, I assume, right?
Right. Monday, like every day, we're at the Toluca Lake Trader Joe's, and then at the Rose Bowl, we're there at the Aquatic Center, Monday through Friday from like 3 to 6. And then like if you go to my Instagram at Sour Susie LA, you will see all the hours and locations. Because on the weekends, we also are up the street at the farmer's market, like at Atwater and Larchmont, Studio City. We are there up the street.
And then online.
SourSusie.com.
Sour Susie. You can get some of these shirts. What does it say on the back again? I can't remember.
Just shut it and eat it.
Yeah. Can they buy sourdough starter online from anywhere?
They can buy it at my pop-ups. They put an order in, and then I'll make sure at the pop-up that you go visit, they will have your starter there.
But you can't ship starter.
Not yet. We're not shipping starter or shipping bread. We do offer a courier service through our website, and people do use that to come collect their bread.
Another check just in case. It's time.
Is it?
Yeah.
So ideally, you should let her cool, but I say break rules. Look at your scoring.
Wow.
Look at that.
Look at that. That's not so bad. How do I get it out without?
So you have another mitten? All right, let's just kind of pop her out. Just turn her over and.
Look at that. Wow.
She's gorgeous.
It's so hot.
Use your mitten.
God. This is the big moment.
It smells lovely.
This is the big moment. The moment of truth. To see if I've undercooked it.
With steam.
Is it a little underdone?
We should let it sit for like 15 minutes before we cut into it, but it's fine, you can still eat it. And so when you store it, you should store it when it's completely cooled. You can put her in some argue that plastic bags are not good, but I find like it keeps the air out and it'll keep fresh for longer. Oh, look at, oh.
God.
Would you like some?
And I would like some homemade butter.
Oh yeah.
If this is bad, butter.
I won't make a face.
Yeah. Look, guys, you too can make butter at home.
And fresh bread.
And
Just like
fresh
that.
bread.
Look at, he did it.
I did it.
Pinch. Oh,
This
it's gonna be
is great.
so good.
I'm nervous. Thoughts?
So good.
I didn't fuck up the bread?
No.
How is it consistency-wise?
It's so good. It's a nice, like, crunch from the crust. It's not like the tear off the roof of your mouth kind. It's like a cracker crust, and you can hear it. You can hear that crunch.
It's really good. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have 3 loaves of bread in my house.
The crust is really good.
Wow, that's so good.
How much does the starter affect the bread? The final stage.
Well, you have to have starter to make the sourdough bread, period. Is that the
True.
question? The question I'm hearing is like the quality of the starter.
Yeah.
Okay, so, oh, this is so good. So yeah, so you have to have a strong starter. So if your starter is not strong enough to use, meaning it's like it's very young and you haven't given it a chance to like gain strength by feeding it and let it kind of ferment and get stronger, it won't rise as well.
Austin, you're in for a treat. Austin, I made this for you with my bare hands.
They're clean.
And they're clean. Relatively. Here you go, Austin. Here, stand over there. And take this.
Smells really good.
Smell it.
I don't think I've ever had homemade sourdough bread before.
Not until now, Austin. Thoughts?
Bro, I haven't had dinner. This is so good.
Everything except for the salt is homemade. The butter.
Made this butter.
I made the butter. I made the butter. Wow.
Oh my gosh. I gotta stop. I gotta eat dinner.
Yes. I'm so glad that it came out good. I feel like there are parts of it on the inside that are still a little, not like wet, but it's.
We didn't let it rest, but it's still kind of, I like it.
Yeah. Wow, that's really good. Susie, thank you so much for coming over and teaching me how to make bread.
You're welcome.
Again, just for the folks at home, where can people find you?
You can find me at Toluca Lake outside of Trader Joe's every day from 11 to 6. Also, if you follow me in Sour Susie LA on Instagram, you'll see our locations and our hours.
Hell yeah, go buy some bread. It's so good. I'm going to use this to my advantage. I'm going to make bread for some sort of princess in faraway land. And I'm going to go to her door and I'm going to say, I made you this bread. Formed it from a mere symbiote that was made in France 200 years ago. And then I'll wow her with the bread that you've taught me to make. And then we'll have some big, like, royal wedding or something. And then for once, she'll pick me up off of my feet, carry me away to our bedroom.
Oh.
And the rest is just up to me and her. You don't get to hear about that.
You're not going to be male bread, huh?